Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Red Sofa here at Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Digital Strategies. I'm joined by Dr. Birgit Bosch, the Senior Expert for Digital Twins and Standardization at Bosch. Birgit, so good to have you with us. In your role focused on standards and external associations, you've done a lot of work with Catena X. You represent Bosch with the Digital Twin Association, the IDTA. So you're very involved in the exchange of data. Tell us about why this is so important now in the context of the automotive industry and the path towards digital twins.
Yeah, interoperability, I think this is the key for many, many use cases. This was not like this in the past, so collaboration is really getting more and more important. In Catena X, we are even talking about radical collaboration, and this is really something new and a very exciting experience to make. And interoperability, this is gained, for example, by digital twins, by standardized APIs for digital twins, but also, and I think I hope we are coming to this question about semantic models. So the question which data to share and how to share them.
So let's come to that question a little bit. Tell us a little bit about why the semantic model is so important and what progress we're making on that.
Yeah, so often you always only talk about connectivity or APIs, but this is not sufficient. We really have to standardize which data is exchanged and what the data means. So it's not really data we are talking about, it's information. So, and in Catena X, for example, we defined several semantic models for different use cases. So for example, a carbon footprint. Also in the IDTA, of course, there are other use cases, but since we are on an automotive conference today, I will focus on those from Catena X. So there are many, many semantic models defined, always with a use case in mind. That's very important. These semantic models should only define what you really need as a minimum to solve the use case. And that's a good thing with digital twins. Digital twins, in the sense of the IDTA, the Industrial Digital Twin Association, is a modular concept. So if a new use case is coming, you would add a new submodel template, we are calling it. So it's not one large model, it's really a set of smaller models.
So there is some good progress being made there from the semantic models. Would you point to any barriers that the automotive industry still needs to overcome to more safely exchange this data at scale?
I think that the technology is available now. So we proved with Catena X, with IDTA. So Catena X did not reinvent these technologies, they just used it. And so the technology is there. So the next step is really to do it. So it's now time for action to implement those use cases.
So implementation is key. We talked about it in our session, not to get lost in this graveyard of pilots, for example. What are some of the use cases you're starting to see for digital twins and that you'd like to see further?
I think the most known one is the carbon footprint calculation, because this is a topic all of us are very deeply concerned about, and digital twins provide semantic models for carbon footprint, how to exactly exchange the data about carbon footprint and then to calculate the overall. And you really need the information from every supplier tier 1 until tier N, so that you can really calculate it across a complete supply chain. And that's a very interesting thing and use case.
Absolutely, very interesting. And I think a final point, we've heard a lot of this event about collaboration, let's say between stakeholders within an organization, from engineering through to delivery, as well as the supply chain. So do you see digital twins as a key enabler of this collaboration?
Exactly. So digital twins are an enabling technology mainly. So they are providing the data you need for doing other intelligent applications on top of it. So this is really an enabling technology. That's why it's so important.
Absolutely, and we're so glad we could chart some of this progress. We look forward to hearing a lot more about it. Birgit, thank you so much for joining us here on the Red Sofa and here at Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Digital Strategies.
Thank you for inviting me.